This is your WW3 news of Friday afternoon. Now, I think the subject of mass immigration out of control for certain people is just taboo. They classify you, if you're against it, as a white supremacist, Nazi, far right or patriot. I think most of the people, or normal people who are against this phenomenon, is right to demand so, full stop. Because let's face it, it was controlled, letting in the people who really want to sit down in that country, who want to really work hard, who want to make a future, for themselves and their family, and who integrate in the community, who doesn't cause no trouble at all. These are the people you should welcome. Obviously, try to filter out the best, most qualified for those jobs which, most of us don't do anymore. That's true. And what is happening is we have a certain political class, left, liberal, globalist, whatever, bunch of cocksuckers. They just let in the worst of the worst inside in Europe. And all the problems they bring, third world problems, bring crime, poverty, and more taxes for citizens to pay. Because most of these people, I should say none of these people, work at all. And more taxes to pay to keep these undesirable characters in public housing, on social benefits and so on. And these type of people have no will at all to work. That I can tell you that. You find most of these people where I live, which is Italy, in a town called Pontedera. Pontedera is like many other Italian towns, which is a victim of this phenomenon. You see these individuals all day long, hanging around in squares, chilling out with the band of their fellow citizens, consuming alcohol, getting violent, fight amongst themselves, and then afterwards, in certain cases, they go on the rampage. Violence, theft, assault. And they're the most guiltiest people of committing atrocities, whether to their fellow country folks or the people, the locals of that place. You can't reason with the left. They want more of these people to come in. They say they're the ones are rocket scientists, other professions, qualified professions. Most of these don't even have the basic schooling because they're so stupid. They don't even know the language of where they're in, and therefore the state has to spend money to educate these cunts as well. Come off it. It's just money and resources thrown away. That's all. They don't want to integrate, they want to put themselves about, and especially the threat of the extremism of Islam, which the so-called lefties, they open open arms with these people. These people are just a Trojan horse to destroy Western society, our values, our culture, our history, and way of living. Because they hate us. If you hate us, why do you come in our countries? It's better off you stay where you were before. And the fact is, when these people get caught, committing crimes and they get prosecuted, in the countries which they're hosted, they get scot-free, slap on the wrists, or a light sentence for certain things, the penal code prescribes for these offences. And obviously, we've got to blame this type of lefty nonsense, wokeness, whatever it's called, which, are propaganding certain social tendencies to the young in the schools, which is not compatible with our way of thinking, our way of living. Cultures which practices child abuse, kiddie fiddlers, violence on women. Where is the feminists there? I don't hear them. They are too busy doing something else. Open arms, so-called refugees. And mostly these are so-called phantomatic refugees, I call them. They are people who has committed felonies in their own country, or other European countries booted out with an expulsion order. And they get their way into other countries where the welfare state is very generous towards these people. With no question asked, you're granted. And they enter illegally. They have more rights than honest abiding citizens who should be paying taxes and treated absolutely like shit from the respective governments. You call this democracy, diversity, inclusion, whatever it is. This is a communism or socialism, racism upside down. How is it possible? We should be the ones not to permit these things. Oh, you're racist if you react. No. It's questions of decency and respecting the law and living in a civilised way. If you can't do that, what's the point of you staying amongst us? Question you should ask. Because they come here for easy money. They don't have to work or earn their way in the society because their communist friends, socialists or globalists, what the fucking hell they are, encourage them inside them. It's an invasion. This is not immigration.